Okay, so for all the people that don't understand what it is I'm trying to say, and all the things that are out there that you can easily find if you just call, okay, information wise, I'm gonna walk you through something real quick. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera around. Can I do it? Can I do it once it's facing, all right, whatever, all right. I'm gonna turn the camera around to this phone here. I'm gonna go to Google, okay? I don't know what my wife has on there real quick, but I'm gonna go to Pfizer Connect First, or First Connect, whatever. Customer service. Okay, contact us. Okay, let's go to this real quick. Pfizer Connect. That's not what it is. Pfizer customer service right there. Give us a call, try first. Right there. Okay, here we go. Let's do this here.
Thank you for calling Pfizer First Connect. This call may be monitored for quality assurance. If you are calling about the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine, please visit www.cvdvaccine.com. That's www.cvdvaccine.com for information such as storage, administration, and other frequently asked questions about our COVID-19 vaccine. Or to hear this information now, please say COVID or press 1. Otherwise, please stay on the line. Thank you for calling Pfizer First Connect. This call may be recorded for quality assurance purposes. Pfizer respects your
Same
privacy.
here.
For details about how we collect and use personal information, including applicable U.S. state privacy rights and notices for California residents, please visit www.pfizer.com/privacy. If this is a medical emergency, please hang up and dial 911 or call your local emergency department. To report a suspected side effect, adverse reaction, or concern about a Pfizer product, say report or press 1. Otherwise, if you are a healthcare professional, please say healthcare professional. Or if you are a consumer, please say consumer.
Healthcare professional.
So I can get you the help you need, please choose one of the following options.
I'm not lying.
If you would like to be connected to Pfizer Rx Pathways to learn about the Pfizer Patient Assistance Program offerings, which include insurance support, copay assistance, or savings card program, say financial assistance. For questions about temperature excursion and stability and how to access our stability calculator, please say calculator. Otherwise, to speak with a customer service representative, please say operator.
Operator.
Just a moment while I get you over to someone who can help. Thank you for calling the Pfizer for Professional customer support line. Your call may be monitored or recorded for quality assurance purposes. Pfizer respects your privacy. For details about how we collect and use your personal information, including applicable U.S. state privacy rights and notices for California residents, please visit www.pfizer.com/privacy. We are experiencing unusually high call volumes, so it may take us longer than normal to answer your call. If you are calling to request samples, please visit www.pfizerpro.com to place an online order. Otherwise, please remain on hold for the next available representative.
Hello?
Hello, good morning. My name is Debbie. Thank you for calling Pfizer. How may I help you today?
Yes, hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I am good. Thank you for asking. I just had a quick question, and I'm sure you probably get it all the time. Um, I had a question on the actual Pfizer product because some of my patients were asking. Are we still only giving out the EUA's vaccine label of the Pfizer vaccine, or is Comirnaty the approved terminology label in circulation right now for ability to purchase?
Okay, well, I'll be happy to assist you. Are you a healthcare provider?
Yes.
Okay, and may I have your name so that I may address you appropriately?
Sure. Christopher?
Christopher. And Christopher, are you a doctor or a pharmacist?
Oh, paramedic.
Paramedic, thank you. And do you have a contact number that I can, for documentation purposes?
Sure. 734 765 7017.
Thank you very much for that information. So, Christopher, I'll be happy to assist you with this. I'm just going to switch over real quickly to a vaccine line, but I'll still be able to assist you. What I could do is I could provide you a phone number to our medical information department, and then I could transfer you over and let you speak with one of our medical professionals in that department. Before I do so, though, I would like to share some important information about the vaccines. And Christopher, if you've heard this before, if you've read it before, please just let me know.
Sure.
So the licensed Comirnaty vaccine has the same formulation as the authorized vaccine Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine, and the products can be used interchangeably to provide the vaccination series without presenting any safety or effectiveness concerns. The products are legally distinct with certain differences that do not impact safety or effectiveness. The emergency uses of the vaccine have not been approved or licensed by FDA, but have been authorized by FDA under emergency use authorization to prevent coronavirus disease 2019 for use in individuals 12 years of age and older. The emergency uses are only authorized for the duration of the declaration that circumstances exist justifying the authorization of emergency use of the medical product under Section 564B1 of the FD&C Act unless the declaration is terminated or authorization revoked sooner. The vaccine will be given to you as an injection into the muscle. The vaccine is administered as a 2-dose series 3 weeks apart. A third dose may be administered at least 4 weeks after the second dose to individuals who are determined to have certain kinds of immunocompromise. A single booster dose of the vaccine may be administered to individuals 65 years of age and older, 18 through 64 years of age at high risk of severe COVID-19, and 18 through 64 years of age whose frequent institutional or occupational exposure to SARS-CoV-2 puts them at high risk of serious complications of COVID-19, including severe COVID-19. The FDA-approved Comirnaty vaccine, which is a COVID-19 vaccine and mRNA, and the FDA-authorized Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine, which is under emergency use authorization, have the same formulation and can be used interchangeably to provide the COVID-19 vaccination series. The Comirnaty vaccine, which is COVID-19 vaccine and mRNA, is an FDA-approved COVID-19 vaccine made by Pfizer for BioNTech. It is approved as a 2-dose series for prevention of COVID-19 in individuals 16 years of age and older. It is also authorized under the EUA to provide a 2-dose primary series for individuals 12 to 15, a third primary series dose in individuals 12 years of age and older who have been determined to have certain kinds of immunocompromise, and a single booster dose in individuals 65 years of age and older, 18 through 64 years of age at high risk of severe COVID-19, and 18 through 64 years of age whose frequent institutional or occupational exposure to SARS-CoV-2 puts them at high risk of serious complications of COVID-19, including severe COVID-19. The Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine has received the EUA from the FDA, again to provide a 2-dose primary series in individuals 12 years of age and older, a third primary series dose for individuals 12 years of age and older who have been determined to have certain kinds of immunocompromise, and a single booster dose in individuals 12 years of age and older,
18 through 64 years of age at high risk of severe COVID-19, and 18 through 64 years of age whose frequent institutional or occupational exposure to SARS-CoV-2 puts them at high risk of serious complications of COVID-19, including severe COVID-19. You should not get the vaccine if you had a severe allergic reaction after a previous dose of this vaccine, or if you have had a severe allergic reaction to any ingredient of this vaccine. Tell the vaccination provider about all of your medical conditions, including if you have allergies, if you have had myocarditis or pericarditis, if you have a fever, if you have a bleeding disorder, or if you're on a blood thinner, if you are immunocompromised or on a medicine that affects your immune system, if you are pregnant, plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding, if you have received another COVID-19 vaccine, and if you have ever fainted in association with an injection. This vaccine may not protect everyone. Side effects reported with the vaccine, a severe allergic reaction would usually occur within a few minutes to 1 hour after getting a dose of the vaccine. For this reason, your vaccination provider may ask you to stay at the place where you received your vaccine for monitoring after vaccination. Signs of a severe allergic reaction can include difficulty breathing, swelling of your face and throat, a fast heartbeat, a bad rash all over your body, dizziness, and weakness. If you experience a severe allergic reaction, call 911 or go to the nearest hospital. Myocarditis, which is inflammation of the heart muscle, and pericarditis, which is inflammation of the lining outside the heart, have occurred in some people who have received the vaccine. In most of these people, symptoms began within a few days following receipt of the second dose of the vaccine. The chance of having this occur is very low. You should seek medical attention right away if you have any of the following symptoms after receiving the vaccine: chest pain, shortness of breath, feelings of having a fast beating, fluttering, or pounding heart. Side effects that have been reported with the vaccine include severe allergic reactions and non-severe allergic reactions, such as a rash, itching, hives, swelling of the face, myocarditis, pericarditis, injection site pain, tiredness, headache, muscle pain, chills, joint pain, fever, injection site swelling, injection site redness, nausea, feeling unwell, swollen lymph nodes, lipidinopathy, decreased appetite, diarrhea, vomiting, arm pain, and fainting in association with injection of the vaccine. These may not be all the possible side effects of the vaccine. Serious and unexpected side effects may occur. The possible side effects of the vaccine are still being studied in clinical trials. Call the vaccination provider or your healthcare provider if you have any side effects that bother you or do not go away. Data on administration of this vaccine at the same time as other vaccines have not yet been submitted to the FDA. If you are considering receiving this vaccine with other vaccines, discuss your options with your healthcare provider. Patients should always ask their healthcare provider for medical advice about adverse events. Report negative side effects of vaccine to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, by visiting VAERS.hhs.gov or call 1-800-822-7967. In addition, you can report side effects to Pfizer Incorporated at PfizerSafetyReporting.com or by calling 1-800-438-1985. And for the most recent full prescribing information, the EUA fact sheet for vaccination providers, and recipients and caregivers fact sheet, please visit Comirnaty.com. And Christopher, I do want to thank you for calling Pfizer today. Like I said, what I'm going to do is give you the phone number to our medical information department and then transfer you over there. Do you have a pen and paper handy for that number?
Yeah, sure. And I mean, thank you for the information you were giving me. Now, regarding any questions on that information, would it be best suited to speak to the team you're going to refer me to, or do you have the ability to answer some of the questions, based upon what they are yourself? I was just curious.
No. You would ask one of the medical staff that I'm going to transfer you to.
Okay.
He or she would be able to answer any questions pertaining to anything that I read today.
Sure. I have a pen and paper handy.
Okay, that number is going to be 800-438-1985.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
For any questions or concerns, you're welcome. Regarding the vaccine, they are available 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then from Saturdays and Sundays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And that is all Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. So Christopher, in order for me to transfer you, I'm just going to verify the information you provided to me. So your first name is Christopher. Is that Christopher?
Pher, correct.
Okay, thank you. And can you please spell your last name for me?
Lindstrom.
Thank you very. Oh, I'm sorry. What was the last four?
Stroim.
Thank you very much. And that's Lindstrom?
Correct.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lindstrom. And the phone number I have is 734-765-7017.
Correct.
Thank you very much. Is there anything else that I can help you with before I transfer you over?
No, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for calling Pfizer Information Center today. And may I place you on hold while I do get a representative?
Correct. You can.
All right. Please hold.
Putting it on mute. Sorry if that's your name. I had to make one up on the fly, and I'm sorry if that's your phone number. I had to make one on the fly. So, but I am doing this for everybody. Okay? All right. Putting it back on mute again. You hopefully heard the fact that she said multiple times that the Pfizer BioNTech is EUA approved on the list, but the Comirnaty is approved. They're saying interchangeably, but she also mentioned that there's legal differences. That's what I'm gonna ask. So you say they're interchangeable, but yet there are legal differences. How are they interchangeable if there's legal differences? What is that about? So I'm just gonna let you know what questions I'm about to ask, and then I'm gonna be asking again, what is available out there? Do we have Comirnaty? Do we have the bottle or vial that we're receiving a vaccine from still to this day, labeled the vaccine Pfizer BioNTech EUA authorization vaccine? Because that's the whole point of this. Do we have an FDA approved vaccine that's able to be injected into the body? Are we getting it labeled that particular way, or are we not? And why is that if we are not? Okay, so let's hope that the wait time here isn't too long. I did call and get this information myself like a couple days ago, but I didn't record it, so it didn't take that long with them. Hopefully it won't take that long this time. And obviously you can skim through the recording to where the mute is off or the hold is on, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so
Hello, Mr. Lindstrom.
yes, hi.
Hi, thank you so very much for holding. I do appreciate it. I have Sabrina on the line with our medical information department. She'll be happy to assist you. I do want to remind you that the call is still being recorded and may be monitored for quality assurance purposes. And once again, thank you for calling Pfizer, and you have a great rest of your day.
Oh, sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello, Mr. Lindstrom. My name is Sabrina from Pfizer Medical Information. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking, Mr. Lindstrom. And I just wanted to verify some information first before we proceed. Your callback number, just in case it gets disconnected, is 734-765-7017. Is that correct?
Correct.
Thank you. And can I have your zip code as well, Mr. Lindstrom?
Sure. 48174.
48174. And are you calling regarding the Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine?
Sure. I help administer it, and I had some questions from patients that I myself wanted to ask just because, I wanted to have the information myself. And I'm sure you've probably been asked, before many times. You probably have had calls like this many times already in the near future, the past. So the information that was read from the representative before she transferred me, she said that, Comirnaty and the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine are interchangeable, but there are legal differences in regards to them themselves. So my question is, I guess, is what are those legal differences? And, if they are interchangeable, why is there, I guess you would say, legal differences? That's question number one, I guess, is what are the legal differences? Are they is it labeling? Is it licensing? Is it,
Okay. And what are your other questions, Mr. Linsmore?
the other question is, so do we have Comirnaty available for disbursement, or are we still using the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine for vaccine purposes right now? I guess that would be question number two. And then question number three would only be if we are still using the Pfizer BioNTech COVID vaccine and not the Comirnaty. Are we? Is it so? If is it still under the EUA authorization title for the vaccine disbursement?
So you have three concerns, correct? So let me just verify your questions, Mr. Linsmore, before I place you on hold. So you want to know what are the legal differences? Is it the labeling or the licensing? And the availability of the Comirnaty for disbursement or for distribution? And also if we're still using the EUA, the Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine that is still under EUA.
Correct. Because I'm just trying to get some information on vaccine mandates and things like that. I understand that vaccines that are under EUA titling are not mandatable. So if Comirnaty is fully approved and we are using that and we can get it and I can give it to patients, then I can say that this is something that is mandatable, if that's the case. But if we're still using the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine, and that's the EUA authorization vaccine still, I just want to make sure that I have all the information for the questions I've been getting asked from patients of mine.
Okay, got it. So do you mind, Mr. Linsmore, if I place you on a brief hold so I can check on my resources?
Sure.
Okay, please stay on the line, sir, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. How is this not stuff that they can just answer, man? Like that bothers me. This is the medical information number. They should be able to. You would think that they've been getting this stuff asked. People calling. Part of me feels like they're gonna try to keep me on hold all day. Did I just hang up? I'd be surprised if she comes back in the next few minutes. Put these down for a second. Like TP the phones. How about that? Yeah, TP them. Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Lindstone. Thank you so much for patiently holding. Are you still there? Hello, sir?
Yes, I'm still here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I do apologize for that. I do apologize for the long wait, and thank you for patiently waiting. Okay, so I have some information that might be helpful for you.
Okay.
Okay, so the fact sheet mentions that the vaccines are legally distinct with certain differences. And it basically means that the Comirnaty and the Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine, since they have the same formulation, they can be used interchangeably. So they are made using the same processes, and there are no differences between them in safety or effectiveness. And that statement, which mentioned the legally distinct with certain differences, it refers to the differences in manufacturing information included in the respective regulatory submissions. Specifically, while the products are manufactured using the same processes, they may have been manufactured at different sites or using raw materials from different approved suppliers. And in addition to that, FDA closely reviews all manufacturing steps and has found explicitly that the EUA and the BLA products are equivalent. And also the approval of site transfers and changes in ingredient supplies are common for licensed vaccines. And the FDA's approval provides additional assurance of the consistent product performance.
Okay.
So that's for your first concern.
So I guess
for your second.
So I guess to kind of, follow up on that. So why is it not, because I know that Comirnaty is not available for disbursement like by title. I know that it's not, and Pfizer doesn't have any information on when that Comirnaty will be available for disbursement or purchasing. I'm just kind of curious if they are the same, either are in ingredients and things. Why is it not being labeled as Comirnaty now? Why is it still being labeled as the EUA's version of the vaccine title language? And why does the fact sheet still represent that that's what people are getting? They're not getting an FDA approved, labeled, marketed vaccine. They're only getting the EUA application's title of it. And it just kind of doesn't make sense. If it's the same thing, why are they not saying it's Comirnaty then? Is it because of fees, or is it because of issues or profits, or is it because of what? That's kind of, again, where my mind goes in wanting to know what that's about.
Because the FDA gave approval for the vaccine. Because when the FDA approves a vaccine, it means that they have determined, based on the substantial evidence, that is effective or for its intended use, and that it benefits outweighs its risk when used according to the product's approved labeling. And the only information that we have is the difference between the FDA approval and the EUA, but we cannot speak on behalf of the FDA who gives the approval on the vaccine on why they change or approve the vaccine. But the EUA process is different from the FDA approval process, as we all know. So under an EUA, and in midst of an emergency, the FDA can make a product available for public use based on the best available evidence without having all the evidence that would be needed for FDA approval for clearance. And again, as I have mentioned, when the FDA approves the vaccines, it means they have determined or they have evaluated based on all the evidences that it's effective for intended use. And but again, as you have mentioned, in terms of ingredients and how it's made, they are just the same. The process is just the same. It's just that the Comirnaty was given approval, and they changed the name and labeled it as Comirnaty. And the vaccine that is still under EUA is continue to be covered, or the EUA will continue to cover adolescents through age 12 through 15 years of age. And
right. So when someone gets when someone gets a vaccine right now from Pfizer, it is still under the EUA right now. It doesn't really matter if it's a booster or if it's anything. It's under the EUA.
The booster, specifically with the booster dose, it is still under EUA. It is still labeled under EUA and Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine. So the Comirnaty is the vaccine labeled Comirnaty is for the first 2 doses. But you have mentioned that that it is still not available yet for disbursement, and we don't know. We don't have additional information on when it's going to be available. But
so again, that's kind of what I was saying. So that means, though, right now, though, again, because Comirnaty is not available, that when someone gets a Pfizer vaccine right now, it's still, again, falling under the EUA's understanding.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So, okay. Now, what's the holdup? What's the holdup of releasing it as Comirnaty? Is there? I mean, I don't. That's kind of what I don't understand. I mean, is it because of if it's not because it won't be under EUA anymore if it's produced and dispersed as Comirnaty? And is that the reason? One of the. I mean, I don't know if you can answer that, but is there something going on why it's being delayed, dispersed as Comirnaty?
I hope I could give you a better answer, Mr. Lindstorm, but unfortunately, we don't have additional information on what is the holdup for releasing the Comirnaty labeled vaccine as well. We don't have additional information on that.
So, I mean, I do have some background in FDA licensing and